Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we're doing a bit of a late night video over here because I had such a nice response, and everyone in my actual comment section down below, and everyone who watched my earlier video, in regards to the future of the channel and future of everything we're working on, and just kind of the end of the PlayStation 5 restock was, well, very, very wholesome. So thank you guys all so much for that. As I mentioned, we'll be doing a few videos kind of like in the same similar style we've been doing as we finalize like a set, we finalize a bunch of cool editing stuff, and we'll probably take a few days off. So kind of bear with me throughout these next probably like 2 weeks or so as we kind of get all that stuff. We'll still be making content and videos like this, so if you guys will stay tuned. But of course, in per usual, nice, untimely, awful timing is my usual day-to-day life. Right after we made a really nice, wholesome video about me trying my best and wanting to go make the best content out there, it's time for us to go and talk about some drama. And as well, I kind of want to go and throw in some more of this like big Harry Potter back and forth. Now, if you guys kind of know as also traditional kind of fence-sitting style, I'm kind of right in the middle when it comes to this drama. I can kind of see why people are upset, but as well, I'm also one of those folks that kind of think that people, if they want to play the game, it doesn't make them a bad person. You know, I know quite a few people who are playing the game in general, and I don't think they're bad folks nonetheless. I respect people who want to boycott it and don't like J.K. Rowling. I respect people who just want to play it and can kind of separate the art from the artist and all of that. And I think that's kind of been like the big drama, I would say, between like a lot of folks. So that some people are going too far and some folks are going, in some people's opinions, not far enough. But I want to go and talk about the fact of this game is, well, quite a bit bigger than expected, and I also want to go bring up the topic point of, is this like huge controversy and this back and forth just giving the game massive amounts of, well, pure marketing, making it probably one of the biggest games of the year so far, and if not one of the biggest games of the entire year. So give me your thoughts and comments down below. They'll be respectful. As well, make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on, Twitter and Twitch room down below, and I can't wait to show you guys all the upcoming stuff on the channel, and let's dive into the news. So in case you guys haven't seen, when it comes to Hogwarts, we have seen it absolutely explode. Today is one of the first days out here for Hogwarts Legacy, and even on Twitch as of right this second, the game is already at still 500,000 viewers on Twitch. Now, I'm going to be this honest with you guys, because that is possibly one of the largest game launches we've seen so far. We have seen, like, not many games out there, even huge, massive, like, FPS games or huge other AAA games ever get this many viewers. A good example over here is that earlier on today, we saw, I think, at the biggest peak of 1.4 million concurrent viewers at one time. So that means that 1.4 million people just on Twitch alone, excluding TikTok, on Twitter, on YouTube Live, or whatever it might be, was watching the game in some way, shape, and form. And it's also not even including people who are playing the game, playing on all the other various consoles and everything in between. So far, in terms of the commercial success of the game, it's been a phenomenal, huge success, with millions of copies already sold, and throughout the prior few weeks before this game, even with all the controversy and the drama and the cancelizations of YouTubers and Twitch people and everything in between, the game was one of the biggest pre-order games of all time. It's been doing very, very well. Now, that makes sense because Harry Potter is such a really big and large IP, but that doesn't really necessarily stop this still ever ongoing drama. Now, as I'm sure you guys have probably seen because we made a video on this before, people are just not happy with this game. Now, this kind of comes down to the PlayStation 5, even like the subreddit is even trying their best to go and shut down the Harry Potter author discussion. We have a lot of folks that are trying to go give the takes of saying like people can still enjoy the game without being like, you know, a sexist bad person. But as well, we also see a lot of folks out there who obviously are boycotting this, and they don't want people actually playing these games. They don't want, you know, they don't want J.K. Rowling to make money, especially if they're getting royalties off of this one. And that really has been the stem of this issue. And you guys can see, like, people are literally over here, like, we just don't want to talk about this anymore. So the game drops, you know, February 10th. But there's pre-orders as of right this second over here. So if you guys, you know, get all this, you know, pre-orders or deluxe editions or whatever. And basically the game itself has been seemingly pretty good. Like a lot of the reviews so far have been solid. A lot of people are saying it's like a 5+ out of like 10. Like people have been saying it's a generally really, really good game. But even places like the PlayStation 5 subreddit will actually be prohibiting any discussions now of Rowling and her views when talking about the game. And it's kind of a weird thing because it's kind of true. Like if you want to discuss the game itself, so think if the game's worth buying, the actual gameplay of the game, the lore, the story, bugs, glitches, or whatever, because there are like a large people who only care about, hey, I want to buy the game, is it actually worth playing, you know? Like that's kind of the same thing for, let's say, like an Activision game. A lot of folks are like, well, I want to play, let's say, World of Warcraft, and they don't necessarily care too much about the inner working drama or like work culture or whatever. They just want to play the games, or they're just not familiar with it, which you can't fault anyone for that. But it does kind of seem like now places are shutting down the discussion And kind of like, it's kind of depends. Because once again, on the traditional fence-sitting side, I just never want to offend anyone on my channel, whatever. But when it comes to this is that, yeah, if you're like a PlayStation mod or like you're a Reddit mod or whatever, you probably just don't want to have to keep on deleting the same comments or having the same discussion or people kind of go and bring that up. It's kind of like a Twitch streamer of like if someone calls you out 5 times, you could be like, okay, I get your point, but after you have 50 different people in a chat go and bring up stuff, you're at some point you're just like, hey, like we're just going through it, what can we go and do? But basically, kind of seems like people are shutting this down because they don't want people to keep on discussing on it because it's just so annoying and it's so like a back and forth discussion. Now, I don't mind discussing it too because it's intriguing. Like I've always been the mindset anyone should play games. I talked about this on the prior Harry Potter thing. Anyone should play games, but it's crazy because it does seem like this huge effect of people discussing the game and hating on the game or loving the game has given this game so much free publicity. And I think that kind of stems back to over here. Like you're seeing people banning it. You're seeing people making like GoFundMes. You're seeing people doing fundraising for like trans charities, which I think is dope. We're having some people just playing the game and you're just people who just don't care at the end of the day. Like that's just how the world works. It's not a big deal. Like, your mind, you guys do whatever you guys want. But when it comes to Hogwarts Legacy, I really truthfully think that the game with all this drama and everyone calling this stuff on out, I think it's just adding so much promotion on top of this. Like, I think this game is going to be probably one of the best-selling games of all time because it's just been non-stop trending. Like, you can go through trend, you could look through, like, Harry Potter, and you could see, like, people doing fan art and stuff like this. You can see people going, like, throwing in, like, Harry Potter universe tweets. You have people talking about people who want to do about the boycott, too, as well, and respecting their viewpoints, which I'm in the same boat. If you guys want to boycott the game and you guys have your own reasons that you guys don't want to play it or see it or interact with it or anything in between, bro, I give you the go for it. Like you have my support, go for it. Or if you guys also want to play the game too, if you have your own reasons for it, or you're just a casual gamer, or you don't care about the drama, or whatever it might be, I'm not you. I can't make your decisions. You just go do whatever you want. Like you're rocking on out. But it's crazy because with all this free promotion, these tweets are getting, like this has a 500,000 views. Like we're seeing all these Harry Potter tweets over here too, just discussing this. And it's just crazy because it almost seems, I believe the proper term, I could be wrong though, might be the Streisand, in terms of like the game itself, like the Streisand effect, where if you don't want to talk about it, more people are going to talk about it. You try to go and boycott it, more people are going to go and boycott it. And we can just see other stuff on Twitter, like just everyone's all over the place discussing this, too. It's like people like, yo, you want to do this wizard game? And they're basically highlighting the wizard game instead of using Harry Potter to stop giving it promotion, but in theory, it's still, same thing, whatever, too. But people are like, yeah, like, who cares? Like, don't play the game. If you're going to play the game, too, as well, don't have to be doing martyrdom. And it's just like one of the biggest internet debates, I feel like. It's almost an outlook, or it's almost crazy. Because as I mentioned in my prior video, and I think that's why it's getting so much promotion, why so many people are playing it, and why it's gotten like trending non-stop over and over and over again, these big debates, because the more people debate about it, the more they know the game comes out, and it's almost like a weird counterintuitive, I guess, type thing when it comes to this game. Because, well, like the game itself, people are saying it's good. Like I haven't played it yet myself, but the reviews are saying it's good. The game is saying it's pretty good. The people who liked Harry Potter when they're growing up are like, yeah, it's not bad. But then also on the same time, you have people that are just going hardcore on like this is like against trans rights, which I do believe there's actually even been a trans character that was introduced to as well into the game. So at least from like my outside perspective, it does seem like they're at least trying. Like they did try to acknowledge it, and the devs actually did go put something into it, not to like defend the game or defend J.K. Rowling or whatever it might be. But it does kind of seem like at least like there is, I guess, a reason for it. Like there's also been good to it too. Like I've actually seen a lot of content creators, especially Twitch streamers, who have actually done charity drives. Like they've actually done every bit of money I made from ads or subs or everything from that I made from my stream, I'm just gonna go donate to a trans charity, which I think is dope, like in my honest opinion, because that means that people are like, they still get to enjoy the game. If their community wanted to enjoy the game and see it, they still can, and then they still go and donate money towards like a good cause at the end of the day. It almost seems like a win-win-win, and probably what I'll end up doing if I go and stream the game on Twitch, because I just feel like it'll be a good experience. If the game's not bad, I'll enjoy it, and as well, if that also would go and support up some good causes at the end of the day, I'm kind of down with it. I think that seems like a win-win-win. Now, once again, though, we've still been seeing people going all over the place. We're still seeing people getting canceled. We had the girlfriend reviews news we covered before, where she literally started crying from her community making comments on her playing the game. And it definitely does seem like there is still a lot of tension in the air. Some folks are fully for the game. They're like, whatever, I'm just going to play a game. Some folks are fully like, I'm never going to give J.K. Rowling any bit of money. And some folks are just in between. They're just playing the game. So I kind of want to know where you guys go and lie. Because I do think all this extra promotion and all this drama is actually making the game a better success. And I think a lot more folks bring it up, and a lot more people talking about this stuff and bringing it up on Twitter and fighting about it on Twitter and Reddit and all that. It just brings in more additional marketing for the game, and it's gotten a lot more sales. And it's probably not intentional. Like, this probably wasn't intentional potentially done to go get controversial views and people buying the game from it, but it's crazy to go and see on how big the launch was, because even on Twitch standards, 1.4 million views on a peak concurrently, it's pretty high at the end of the day. It's pretty high. So do you guys think that, I don't even know what to even have you guys think. I'm just afraid to even read the comment section down below, but all the comments on my prior video were so nice, so thank you guys all for that. And yeah, just let me know, I guess you guys gonna pick up the game. Do you guys like it? Do you guys not care? Are you guys more in the middle? Let me know in the comment section down below. And I keep on saying, if you guys missed it, check my video earlier on today. We had a lot of, I guess, good heart-to-heart with the community, and I have a lot more cool stuff coming in the near future. So make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on, Twitter and Twitch room down below, Target, Amazon links too, and I appreciate you guys all so much for watching here in the first place.